Hey, what's up, everybody? True Boxing here. Thank you for coming back to Get Hit with the Truth. So today we're doing the Road to Undisputed for the 200-pound cruiserweight division as I try to map out an Undisputed, unifying all four belts in each division from 122 all the way to heavyweight. If there's a map to get there, if it could happen anytime soon or not. And if we already have an Undisputed champion in a weight class, then I will, discuss how long those belts will stay together. Now, before we get into it, if you guys could smash the like button, leave a comment, subscribe to the channel. I really do appreciate any and all support that I can get as I try to keep my channel rolling here and build it more. If you don't like what I'm doing, thumbs down, or you can leave a comment letting me know why. Now, 200 pounds is a little complicated because complicated, but not if you really look at it, because none of the champions are currently tied to any, as far as I know, to any of the four or the three major promotions that are reluctantly work with each other at times. That's the PBC with Al Heyman. That's DAZN and Eddie Hearn, and actually also have DAZN and Golden Boy. And then you have Top Rank and Bob Arum that works with ESPN. So none of the champions there are under any of those. So the WBA champion is undefeated Arsen Goulamirian. He captured his belt way back in, he was actually upgraded to champion in 2019 when Alexander Usyk vacated his all his world titles. Goulamirian was the regular champ. He was upgraded, and he's had two successful defenses since. He's, currently in talks for a potential showdown with Richard Riakporhe, potentially. And that's what we know about him. Then for the WBC, we have a new champion. It's veteran 39-year-old Badou Jack, who just stopped Ilunga Makabu impressively back in February, stopped him in the 12th round and dominated him to become the new champ. He had been rumored to possibly be facing Canelo, but that didn't pan out. But Badou Jack is currently, it looks like mandatory could be next for him. He might be fighting the winner of Sergey Kovalev and Tabiso Mashunu, who's trying to get back in the mix. Then for the for the IBF title, you have Jai Opataya, who captured his title in July of last year when he upset the top guy in the division, Maris Bradis, upset him with a convincing 12-round unanimous decision. Right now, actually, Opataya looks to be fighting Richard Riakporhe next because Mateusz Masternak passed on that fight, and now it's looking like Opataya is going to fight Richard Riakporhe, with the winner to potentially fight the WBO champion, which is now Chris Billum-Smith. Chris Billum-Smith, back in May, upset Lawrence Okolie, who was undefeated at the time, upset him to capture the title. They're talking a potential rematch before the end of the year if Okolie wants to invoke his rematch clause, which I believe he has one. And then you'd have those, that's where we stand right now. Now, is there a potential road to Undisputed? I think there is, but it's probably not going to take place. We probably will not see these guys come together till maybe late 2024 or early 2025. The reason why is I do believe that the winner of Opataya and Riakporhe has a solid shot of fighting a potential winner of the rematch between Chris Billum-Smith and Lawrence Okolie. Because all those guys have already talked. Now, Goulamirian has also been in talks with fighting Lawrence Okolie prior. So I think that option is there. And I think Badou Jack might be interested in going after Undisputed, but I think he wants to fight Mashunu and Kovalev first. And, especially if it's Kovalev, if Kovalev can get by Mashunu, then that would set up a big fight right there for Badou Jack, who's, in the twilight of his career, just fortunate to be a world champion. But if Undisputed is on the table, if he could pull something like that off or get a crack at it, I think it's there. So I do think there is a chance that we could see an Undisputed champion maybe in the second half of 2024, at least unifying belts. I think we're going to have a road there. And I think potentially in 2025, we could see that happen because even though Jack is an older champion, it feels like a younger division because when Usyk, it feels like everything's turned over. You had Usyk was the undisputed champ. He gave up the belts. And then, you know, during the second World Boxing Super Series, Maris Bradis became the IBF champion and really shut the division down. He was a veteran champ. He wasn't very active. You had Ilunga Makabu, wasn't very active and became WBC champ. Then people were staying away from Okoli, you know, who had become the WBO champ. But now that Chris Billam-Smith's thrown his name in the mix with the win over Okoli, even though Okoli's, you know, wants to win it back. Jai Opetaia upset the top guy who was widely inactive in Maris Bradis since winning the World Boxing Super Series. And then, you know, Makabu got beat after a couple controversial wins by Badu Jack, and Goulamirian is there and willing to fight. We just got to wait and see. I really do think there is a road to Undisputed as long as these guys can come together. And I don't think they really, you know, money and who the bigger star is really a thing right now. I think they'd be willing to fight each other anywhere, anytime, as long as they can do that, because that's what's going to make more money and make them bigger stars. So I do believe there is a road to Undisputed here, and it could potentially happen in the Cruiserweight division. So we'll see what happens, but that's what I got. That's my road to Undisputed at the 200-pound Cruiserweight division. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, smash the like button, leave a comment, subscribe to the channel. I appreciate any and all support. This is True Boxing. You've been hit with the truth.